Hello, my name is Dr. Sarah Abdelmasoud. I am the head of the Department of Specialized Radiology Services in the General Department of Radiology, Ministry of Health and Population. Today, we have with us engineer Nicolas Jirikoff, the owner and the CBO of Gleamer for AI solutions for radiology. Hello, engineer Nicolas. How are you today?
Very good.
Is this your first time to join us here in the Scientific Radiology Conference?
Yeah, it's the first time I'm coming. Thank you for the invitation. I have to say that I'm super impressed by the number of attendants, the good discussion we've had. So super happy to be here.
Any notes?
Sorry?
Any notes for the conference, like a chance for improvement? Anything that you see that we can do to have this like better next year?
Yeah, I'm already really impressed by what's happening here. Obviously, working in AI, I would like to see more AI companies. I see the potential of artificial intelligence in Egypt. So yes, I expect that next year and the years coming, we'll have more AI solution coming to present the tools.
So give us an idea about what your company is offering in the radiology field.
Yeah, so we're developing AI solutions. We started in 2017, back in the time, focusing on X-rays mainly. So we develop solutions to detect fractures on X-ray, chest pathologies like pneumothorax, consolidation, bone age characterization, bone measurement. And we are currently expanding beyond X-rays. We're about to release in early 25, January, February, a solution for breast, as well as a solution for CT, for lung nodule detection and bone lesion. So what we're building in Gleamer actually is what we call the Gleamer Copilot. It's a copilot for radiologists to be able to be assisted as a copilot with AI in their diagnosis, with the ability to obviously support in diagnosis, but also generating some reports.
So can you give us an idea about like when working in the different, would say like subspecialties in the radiology? Does it differ when you started working from the X-ray and then to the mammography and now to the CTs? Are you looking to expand to the MRI as well?
Yeah. So yeah, the goal obviously is to cover MRI one day. That's part of the plan. In terms of technology itself, the AI is obviously different from modalities to others. There is always, I would say, a kind of same basics, in terms of AI model, but we have to make the model fit with new modalities because this is, for some of them, 2D, some of them 3D, with different types of grays. So we really need to adapt the training and the data set. The biggest challenge, since we're an international company, we're present in 40 countries today, is to be sure that we take data for training coming from all these countries so we can be representative of every place population.
Yeah, so I have a question. Those 40 countries, they're mainly from like Europe, South America, North America. I'm not saying the names of the country that I would like to know. I'm just looking at the continents. Which continents have you worked with? Because sometimes it's different when it comes to the demographic population, how it's different from one race to the other. So do you have an idea about which continents have you worked with so far?
Absolutely. We started in France, obviously, then we expanded in Europe. So I would say that first we are mainly present in Europe. Then we extended to the Americas, so US and Latin America. And since 1 year and a half, 2 years, we are heavily extending into Middle East. We have some deployment in Dubai, Abu Dhabi, in Saudi Arabia. So we have partnership, with institutions in all these countries to be able to train our algorithm based on this data. But it's also interesting to see that even in Europe, in the US, we have a heterogeneous population. So the data set that we also have in Europe and in US is already kind of representative of population we have across the world today. The region that we've not yet explored a lot is Asia. And we started in January this year, so it's still a new development for us.
Oh, that's great to know because, wherever, this is what I see, that whenever you're working with AI for certain populations, it has to be trained on this race, on how it looks, especially maybe with something like the breast. Maybe this differs from one population to the other. I'm not sure about the X-rays or the CTs, but I would believe that for lung cancer, you'd find in certain races that maybe some diseases are like inherent within this population or not. Have you noticed something like that or? Yeah,
absolutely. Speaking about breast, typically the breast density is not the same different of population. We don't have the same breast density in Africa, in Europe, etc. So we need to have this, representation in the data set. And that's a topic typically on which the FDA, the Food and Drug Administration in the US, is super sensitive when it comes to clear a product. They really deep dive into details about the data set representation that we have to be sure that we are including all type of population. So
how different it is to work from one country to the other? What kind of challenges do you face?
In terms of developing product, you mean, or in terms of making this product available for users?
Making the product available for us.
I think the biggest challenge is definitely on the workflow. Every country has a different workflow. Sometimes there are similarities, obviously, but everyone is different. So our goal, as soon as we start working with a country, is to really understand into detail what's the workflow and where the benefit of AI could be. In some countries, the AI benefit will be on the quality diagnosis because there is a lack of radiologists. In some other countries where you have a lot of radiologists, it will be on the efficiency because they want to go quicker. On some others, it's typically for breast, for example, to help them reduce the second reading or to have a support for second reading. In some other countries, you also have an impact on emergency departments, typically for X-ray products. And when it comes to fracture, for example, you have both emergency doctors and radiologists reading these X-rays. So having an AI that supports both radiologists and emergency doctors at the point of care in the emergency department is also super helpful when it comes to discharging patients.
Can you give me an idea, like a deeper idea on the emergency cases handling? Yeah. How many cases have maybe you worked on in order to be approved as an AI solution for this? Because this is a bit critical. It's not like maybe, of course, cancer is as important, but with cancer, you have time to revisit the cases. And if somebody would like to have a second look, but with the emergency, it has to be more or less sometimes on the spot. As you mentioned, you do that for also pneumothorax and stuff like that.
Correct.
So do you have an idea how many cases have you worked on until you have reached the approval of the FDI on having this solution available?
Absolutely. The number is not the same depending on each product. Typically for Boneview, which is the fracture detection solution, we train the algorithm based on 450,000 exams in total. And for ChestView, is something like 200, 300,000 exams. What is super interesting, and I'm spoiling here a little bit in advance, but we will release in January a big foundation model for the chest, our ChestView product, which is based on 1.5 million exams.
Wow.
Yeah, but this is for first training without annotation. That's the philosophy of foundation model. And then we made a second level of training with annotated data of, if I recall correctly, 50,000 annotated data. So the real big, I would say, a change of this new foundation model technology is that you need less annotated data compared to previous model. So I would say, to your point, that with the time, we need less and less data for better AI models.
Great.
Thanks to the foundation.
So in Egypt here, what are we looking at?
Well, in Egypt, we're looking at first to start deployment of Boneview, so our fracture detection solution. We have excellent discussion together on how we can make it happen on a national scale, obviously step by step. The goal would be current 2025 to have a few hospitals starting to use it, to test it, to have first evaluation, to be sure that everything is connected correctly in terms of pure technical installation, but also working smoothly in terms of clinical relevance. So that's the first step. And as soon as this is validated, then we will start to roll out in the country in order to serve also a lot of hospitals that have a lack of radiologists, so that they can have a kind of radiology support thanks to AI directly in the hospital. Did
you have an idea about the numbers? Like you're looking to having a pilot on how many hospitals and then expanding to how many hospitals?
Yeah, this is still under discussion, so I don't have like clear numbers, but we think that a good pilot would be between 5 to 10 hospitals to start that are representing different type of hospital that we have here in Egypt. And then the goal would be to reach all the hospitals that are in Egypt. And if I recall correctly, it's close to 1,000 hospitals. So that would be the rollout plan, probably in 3 years or something like that.
Great. So you're offering more or less, it's a software solution.
Yeah.
How's it easy or hard, or how does it integrate with other solutions? Because you're not going to be working solely. You have to be connected to, excuse me, like other radiology information system or other reporting systems. So how easy is it to connect to these systems or integrate?
Yeah, it's quite smooth. The two radiology systems that we interact with the most are PACS, obviously. and RIS, you mentioned it. For the PACS, the integration is quite basic because we send back result as DICOM, secondary captures, meaning that when the radiologist will open the PACS, the radiologist will see the first images as they do today, and then they will see the additional images that are the AI results as additional DICOM results. So it's as simple as that, and we can connect with any PACS in the world because it's a DICOM format that everyone can read. So that's for the PACS integration. When it comes to the RIS, we can make some work list prioritization if it's needed. It's not always needed, but sometimes it is. Meaning that we can bring on top of the list all the positive exams that need to be reviewed quickly because the patient needs, to move, and then to have the negative exam in the bottom of the list. That's something we can do, thanks typically to HL7 protocol that is helping for this prioritization.
So, in terms of the report itself, what kind of report is generated? Is it like a structured report? Is it something that is editable?
Yeah, absolutely. So, regarding the reports, we have the ability to make a positive and negative reports. As we speak, it's available only on Bonview, not yet on the chest. We plan to make it on the chest in early January. And you can edit it directly into your reporting system. So it will be sent, in the reporting system, in your RIS. Then you can edit if typically the AI made a mistake, like a false positive or false negative. That's how it works.
So do you have an idea about the numbers that you have from your system about the percentage of false positive or false negative? Because there's always a benchmark that is above that. It wouldn't be accepted to be approved as a system. So what kind of numbers are we looking at in Gleamer?
Yeah. So once again, I'll focus on Bonview because this is the project we have together in Egypt. Regarding the false negative, we have a very low rate of false negative, 0.5% actually. The key number to keep in mind is our negative predictive value, which is of 99.5%, meaning that when we send back a negative result, radiologists can be quite confident that there are no false negative, no misfractures. For the false positive, that's constantly evolving, but as we speak, we have a specificity around 91, 92%, meaning that you can expect between 7 to 8 to 9%.
But of course, false negative is more important to have it lower than the false positive.
You agree, absolutely.
Exactly. How do you see the market here in Egypt?
We see it as a big potential because based on what we understood, there is a lack of radiologists in some hospitals. So we think that AI for this hospital is key, to help in the diagnosis right away. We also see a big potential in the ability to scale on the national level, thanks to your national VNA project, which is super impressive. I think you're part of the only one in the region. So we've been super impressed by that. So we feel, I would say, a good technical fit to make our solution available easily through this VNA. And then obviously it's also an excellent way to make this project shine in the region because you would be the first one in Middle East and North Africa to have this such a national project. So that's the potential that we see.
So working in 40 countries, what message would you have or do you have for us here in Egypt or like a conseil, I'd say, something that you would advise us with in order to improve things when working with a company like Gleamer in the AI, something that we might need extra to be done so that we run this part of the project or a new part of the project smoothly?
I think that it's key when you have these kind of national initiatives, to be sure that you select the right partner. And selecting the right partner means selecting a company that is obviously stable, that have also financial stability, because in this AI world, you have a lot of small companies, which is good. We've also been small one day, but it's good to feel that there is stability. That's one point. A second one is the ability for an AI developer, as we do, to extend the portfolio. Because over time, you will see that when you use AI, you'll always want to use more AIs. So if you need to work with 10 different AI companies that all produce and propose one solution, it's challenging for you in terms of discussion, legal aspect, technical aspect, etc. So having a few, broad portfolio AI provider, that's super helpful. And the third topic, which is key following me, is also all the security and certification aspect. Typically at Gleamer, we are super sensitive about cybersecurity, about being sure that if we work in Egypt, we have all the authorization of the Egyptian authority to be able to work in Egypt. So that's something that is key too.
Thank you so much, Engineer Nicolas. That was very nice having you here with us and having you here with us in the conference. And we hope with the new collaboration, we'll be seeing each other more and more.
I hope so. Thank you very
so
much. Have a good day.
Thank you for your time. Thank you. Thank you so much for joining us for this podcast.